I traveled to US for the first time in February 2025. I spent 30 days, visited 7 cities, took 19 flights, and attended a ton of tech events. And I documented everything I did so I can share my journey with founders who are on a similar path to mine and don't know what to do when they plan their first trip to US. The purpose of this trip was to first of all meet our existing customers, then attend tech events happening in all of these cities to see everything new that's happening these days and find potential new and exciting opportunities for Ripeseed and our customers. So my trip started from Lamekbal International Airport in Lahore, where I arrived 3 hours before my flight and shot this first video. The sound was terrible in the original video, so I decided to just voice over and save you guys the misery of listening to that recording. I booked British Airways with 2 stops, so I had to take 3 flights to land in New York, which was my first stop in US, and I booked a return flight, so it was 3 flights to land in New York and 3 flights to return back from San Francisco to Lahore. And funnily enough, out of those 6 flights, only one was British Airways, and then one was American Airlines, and rest of the forward Qatar Airways. And I love Qatar Airways, not sponsored. Okay, so I landed in New York at around 6 p.m. and everyone warned me that the immigration at US airport is pretty tough, so I was mentally prepared for that. But then I went to the immigration officer and he just let me through. No questions asked. That was a surprise but a good one. Now, one thing about me is I prefer traveling via public transport on these trips. First to save money, but also because it helps me explore the city in a much better way. So from the airport, I went straight to AirTrain, which took me to the subway station, and from there it dropped me at the station close to my hotel, and I walked with my luggage to the hotel and checked in. Now I don't like to waste time resting because I want to explore as much of the city as possible in the limited days of my travel. So from there I went straight to the Times Square and spent some time there. It was fun, a very crowded place, but that's why you visit Times Square, right? And that marked the end of my first day in New York. The next day I went straight to Verizon to get my SIM, but I almost saved myself from getting scammed by third-party merchants. They basically ask you for an additional $100 setup fee, which seems kind of fishy. So I googled and found that it wasn't any official fee by Verizon, and you can avoid that if you go directly to the corporate store. So I did that and got my SIM. Then I had my favorite coffee plus croissant breakfast, and after that my plan was to apply for my social security number because my visa category allows me to do that. But it didn't go as smooth as I thought it would. So I wanted to get my SSN, but I went to the wrong SSN office, the wrong social security office. But the good thing is the lady there guided me about the right office, which is in downtown in Fulton Street. So I just took a ride through the subway, and right now I'm at Fulton Street. So let's see how it goes and if I can find the office. Okay, so turns out I have to apply for an appointment in the social security office beforehand. I cannot just walk in and get my SSN. So I just applied for that on their official website. They handed over a page to me with a QR code. I scanned that, logged into the website and applied for it. The appointment is now scheduled for 4th February, which is in 5 days from now. Now, I was planning on arranging a networking event similar to what I arranged in Pakistan on the day of my flight. So I inquired about some venues and explored New York. While I was here, I decided to just visit some cafe and see if they are interested in hosting our networking event. I explained the whole thing, how the networking event is supposed to happen, how we have recently conducted that in Pakistan, and they were open to the idea. And she gave me the number of her manager and she showed me around the whole cafe. It was good, it was nice, it's very ideal for the networking event. Let's see what the manager says, and we still have to promote it. I have not started promoting the event yet. So another update, I searched for it and it looks like the Wall Street is nearby. I think I'm actually walking in the Wall Street. I always wanted to have a look at that Wall Street bull. That bull is pretty interesting. So I'm just on my way to visit that bull. Hope the bull doesn't dislike me. I'm now searching for that bull for 10 minutes, I think 15 minutes now, and I just asked someone and Google Maps was showing a completely different location or wrong location. Now I'm going to the location where he told me the bull is. So let's see and find that bull. So finally we found the bull, and you see there is a huge line to take the picture with that bull. So yeah, I definitely took one as well. After that, I was supposed to go to 2 events, both happening in the evening. First one mostly had engineers and some founders, and second one had around 7 people, and one of them was a Facebook engineer. So I had some good discussion with her. Now the next day, I was supposed to go to this founders running club, which happens early in the morning, but I went there 10 minutes late and no one was there. So I missed that. After that, I had another one scheduled in Central Park in New York. It was freezing cold out there, so very few people appeared, But I made some friends and we all went from there to have something for the lunch. Today I'm on the mission to find some venue for our event. We have around 15 registrations and event is definitely happening. So and we don't have a venue finalized yet. I got some yes from a few bakers, but the only issue is I cannot find any halal bakery yet. There is one halal bakery and they agreed to work as well with us, but the only thing is their location will be closed tomorrow for some construction work. So now I'm going to another bakery which is like 3 blocks away. So let's see if they are open and if they offer halal and if they agree to provide us their location for tomorrow's event. Got our venue finalized, Cipolla Italian Bakery, and they have some halal options. I ordered my breakfast from here just now. So let's see how it goes. So guys, do you know about Parkinson's law? So Parkinson law says work expands for the time allowed for it, which means if you have more time, then you will take up all that time to complete a specific task. That happened with me just now. So I was struggling to find the venue of our event, but now that there was no time left, we had the event tomorrow, I was able to find a venue. I was able to find a very nice bakery. So yes, Parkinson's law holds. Now that the venue is finalized, I'm going to this networking event, which is about an AI walk kind of an event. The people are going to just have a walk with each other, talk about AI startups and everything. So let's see how that goes. So I am at the cafe right now, Zapola. I am just waiting for the participants. I'm actually not waiting for the participants because I am an hour and a half earlier. I just wanted to make sure I have everything ready. So once people start coming in, we can kick things off. As of now, we have like 38 registrations. That's amazing. Let's see how many of these come, and that can give us some idea of what we can expect in the future events that we'll hopefully conduct. So yeah, people will start coming in like an hour and a half, and I have another friend of mine coming up in like 15 minutes. So I'll have some discussion with him, and then we'll kick off the event.
For couples, so like if you're using like Tinder or something like that, and then they match, then they can use after a match, like
New AI agents with NA10 is very interesting.
That's called agents.
No,
They're sort of an
So yes, the event went good. We had like 13 to 15 participants. Everyone enjoyed, everyone kept talking. A lot of discussion about AI. We had a lot of discussion about what everyone was building and the startups they were working on, what opportunities they were looking for. So yes, it went way better than I expected. For tomorrow, I have this interview for SSN. Let's see how that goes. And after that, in the evening, I have another event, which is NYC Gen AI. I attended an event hosted by the AI Furnace, and it was the best event I attended in New York, period. They had like 200 people and everyone was very relevant and doing some great stuff in AI. So I truly enjoyed the event, made some connections, made some friends and connected with them on LinkedIn.
Similar demo day style events like this one, we'll be highlighting 2 or 3 really promising startups or well-established companies that we think are really worth following in the AI space. And on that note,
Now I had to go for my SSN appointment yesterday on 4th February. So here I am explaining the whole experience. Yesterday I was trying to record the whole process of how I got the SSN, but I could not record that because there was so much noise around the area where I was trying to record it. So let me just summarize everything that happened yesterday. So I went to the SSN office. I had my passport with me. I knew that I need to take the I-94 form that you can download from the official website of theirs. I downloaded that, but I forgot to get it print. So I went to the venue where the interview was. I asked them if I need the printout, and they said they do need the printout. So I went to the FedEx office, which was right in front of the SSN office. And the SSN office was 123 William Street. I went to the FedEx office. I got it printed. I took it to the SSN office, and then once I had the interview, I showed that SSN I-94, and then the lady told me that this is not the right one. I mean, I downloaded that from their official website, so I'm not sure what they were looking for, but she said it's not the right one, but she can just look it up on her system. So she looked it up, asked me a couple of questions about the business, what I'm doing here, where I'm staying and everything, and then she handed me a piece of paper, and she said my SSN will arrive at the address I gave in 2 weeks. So that went well. Now I'm just waiting for the SSN, and I might open the bank account after I receive the SSN, or I might open it before. Let's see how that goes. But yeah, let's see. Hopefully, I will get the SSN. After recording this video, I had my flight to North Carolina, Charlotte Airport, from where I was planning to go to Boone. So last night I landed in North Carolina in Charlotte Airport. From there I had to take a bus, but I could not find any bus at all. I mean, my bad. I had to book that beforehand and I didn't know that. So I took an Uber and I came to Boone. So this is this nice hilly area in North Carolina. It's nice and it's cold, and I'm here to meet a friend, and he was originally a customer of ours, but now we have become like friends. I think we are almost the same age, and he has arranged an event today in the evening, which I'm going to attend. So this is this nice little community over here, and they have their on events, they have their own like workout sessions. I mean, it's a nice place. I mean, coming from New York, it's pretty different, it's pretty calm. New York is like too much hustle and so many people doing stuff here and there and everything. I am just going to take a few hours of sleep, and after that I'll head to the co-working space where Declan works, and I'll spend some hours over there, and then we have that event that I'm going to attend. I'll keep you guys posted. And that was basically it for my short stay in North Carolina. Now I'll be leaving for Miami. Hey everyone. So right now I'm in Miami. I'm near the South Beach, and this is Ocean Drive. This is the same place that we used to see in GTA Vice City in our childhood. So yeah. So basically, I landed last night in Fort Lauderdale FLL airport. From there I took a taxi, Uber, reached the hotel, and in the morning there was this event which was Founders Running Club. It's the same event that happens in all the cities. So usually there are a lot of participants who click on attend, but then hardly anyone appears. So today, like, there were 100 plus participants who signed up for it, but only 3 of us appeared, like me and 2 other people. We had good conversation, it went well, and now I do not think there are any other events that I need to attend for today. Hey everyone, so this is my second day in Miami, and today I have also announced a networking event near Ocean Drive. Now, I did not market it a lot. I was part of like 2 WhatsApp groups regarding Miami tech events. That is where I announced it, and we have some registrations, so even if a couple of people show up, that is still great. I just want to meet people who are working in AI, tech, startups. So I mean, let's see how that goes. Other than that, this is my second day. I'll just be visiting a few places, exploring Miami. Then tomorrow I have a flight to Iowa. That's where I'm going to meet a very, very good customer of ours. So till then, let's see how things go. So I'm currently at the location where we were supposed to have the networking event. We had like 9 people registered for the event, and I was expecting at least 2 to 3 people would come, but no one appeared. So that teaches us a few lessons. One of them was that I should have marketed it better. Plus, if we have 30 to 40 or 50 registrations on Luma, then that means at least some people would appear. This is surprising because I marketed the event in a few WhatsApp groups as well. There were 2 WhatsApp groups of Miami where I sent the links, people reacted to it, and from there we got some registrations. But for some reason, even when we had like 7 registrations, and no one came. So I mean, from next time, I think the lesson that we have learned is market it a bit more, share it to more groups, spread it through connections. I think this is something that works. Let's see if this is going to be helpful or not next time. But yeah, I mean, I posted about it yesterday. We had like almost 24 hours before the event for marketing, and we just shared in 2 groups, posted about it on Luma, and ran fast Facebook ads. None of them seem to work. Another issue that I think can be the reason was the location. So previously all of the events that we conducted were in cafes, in coffee shops. This one I organized in a park in front of, like, on this Ocean Drive. So I was assuming people would come in the park as well, because I have attended some networking events in the park. Maybe, I'm not sure. Maybe it's possible that someone came and they could not find me. It's possible. But these are a few learnings that I had from this experience. Let's see how we can improve them in the next ones that I am planning to conduct, hopefully in the next few cities. After that, I had my flight to Iowa, Cedar Rapids Airport, where I was planning to go and meet our customers at Brava Roof Tile. So I'm finally in Iowa right now. I could not record a video yesterday because I had a flight from Miami to Iowa. But what happened was the first flight, it was a connecting flight from Miami to first Atlanta. So what happened was the plane arrived on time, but then it could not find the place to park the plane from where they could let us into the airport. So the parking spot was occupied by some other plane. Because of that, my next flight, which was supposed to be from Atlanta to Iowa, was missed. So they rescheduled me for in the morning 7:30. So my flight was 7:30 in the morning today. And then I again had to take a connecting flight from first Atlanta to Minneapolis, I think, and then from there to Iowa. And now I'm here since 12 p.m. So once I landed in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Josh from Brava Roof Tiles, he picked me up, he toured me the facility, we had a lunch together, we talked, we had discussions about the projects we were working on. It was amazing. It was a packed day and had a lot of fun. They are extremely hospitable people. Right now it's 7:30 p.m. Or like 6 p.m. I think, and I am in the hotel now. This was the update for the past 2 days, yesterday and today. And now I have another flight in the morning from Iowa to Los Angeles, and that is where I'll be staying for like 5 or 6 days. We have some events lined up. We have multiple customers there that I'm going to meet. I'm extremely excited about that. So let's see how that goes, and I'll keep you guys posted. Then I had the flight in the morning from Iowa to LA, where I had to meet a lot of our customers, and then of course attend some networking events as well. So I'm in LA right now. I landed here last night. Early in the morning, I pinged some of our clients who we have been working with. There was one client who we worked with in 2022, and he was the first one for whom we built an AI product, and that went viral. So I pinged him and we met for breakfast, and we had a lot of discussion, and it was just fun meeting him after a long time, and for the first time basically. We worked on that product. It went viral, but the product didn't scale that much, but it's good. It's still generating revenue for him. So yeah, we had some discussions. We discussed a few ideas of a few products he had in mind, a few ways we could collaborate, and then had some random discussion about LA, Beverly Hills, where I am living at. And now I do not have much on my list to do today, mainly because it's raining heavily outside. Justin, a client of ours, a pretty big and awesome client of ours, told me that it only rains like 4 times a year, and this is one of those days. So it's raining pretty heavily, so I don't think I can go anywhere until the rain slows down, or it gets better. But yeah, I think I'll just check some messages from the office, plan the event that we will hopefully arrange in LA in next few days, the Let's Talk event. So yeah, that's what I'm planning to do today. And yeah, something else I also wanted to share regarding the Miami event. I was there in the on the beach on Ocean Drive waiting for people, and I thought that no one showed up, but actually I received messages from one of the attendees, and she said that she came to the venue and she couldn't find anyone because it was an open space and it was dark. It was like 6 p.m. and there, like, it's a crowdy space, so she couldn't figure out who was there for the event. So I assume a few more people might have arrived. The original assumption that 2 to 3 people should arrive was kind of true. It's just that it's an issue on my part that I should have arranged a venue, a cafe like the one we did in New York. So I learned that lesson, and that is what I'll be doing from now onwards in LA and hopefully in San Francisco as well. Let's see how that goes. So the rain finally stopped. Those were the most difficult 6 hours where I had nothing to do and I felt stuck in the hotel. So I decided to just go to downtown so I can finally get some sense of the city and gain my energy back. Guys, so today is a great day. Multiple things happened. So early in the morning, I had a meeting with a prospect. The prospect said they need to reschedule the meeting. That was not the great part, but mainly that meeting was cancelled. So then after that, I had to go and meet one of our customers who is from France, but they were visiting LA to raise some funds. Now we built a product for them, and they are actually looking for funds for that one particular product. So that meeting went amazingly well. We had some roadblocks and some hiccups in the relationship, and we were able to discuss why those issues happened and what could we do to resolve those issues. And seems like the meeting went amazingly well, and I'm so happy that we got to discuss all of those things in person. After that, I visited the Venus Beach. That is where we were meeting as well. So I visited Venus Beach, walked around, bought a few souvenirs, and after that, I had meeting with Shahar. He was the same client I met yesterday. I'm not sure if I mentioned that in yesterday's recording, but either way, so I met him again, this time at his house, and it was great. We had a lunch together, we discussed a few things, discussed the new ideas he was planning to work on, and really enjoyed the talk. Now, after that, something amazing happened just a few minutes ago. I received a message that my SSN has arrived. So getting an SSN is a big deal. That solves a lot of your problems in opening a bank account, working in the US, doing a business. It's great, and that happened because I had the E1 visa. So I'll create a more detailed video about that, hopefully. But mainly, I got my SSN, which is a big deal. So I'm so happy about that. Right now I'm in Los Angeles, so I'll be traveling to San Francisco early mid next week, and that is when I'll go and apply for the bank account, and SSN is going to be helpful for that. So the next day, I had this networking event called So-Called Entrepreneurship Summit, which was sort of a full day event. It went well, they had some good demos, but that was basically it. So today I'm going to meet Justin. He's one of our most amazing client, the most passionate one. He's an absolute genius. We built this AI product for him, and that product has been extremely successful, profitable, and it's scaling like crazy for the past few months. And we have been working with them for the past 2 years. And this is the first time that I'm going to meet him here in LA. So yeah, pretty excited. And the next day, I had the Let's Talk networking event arranged in downtown LA. Hey everyone, so today we have the Let's Talk AI meetup. This time, 26 people registered, 4 of them have cancelled. So right now on Luma, it says 22 people are going to the event. I'm expecting around 5 or 6 people will come. I mean, if it's more than that, amazing. If less than that, then I won't be surprised. And right now I'm sitting in front of the venue, Joy's DTLA. So today is my last day in LA, and tomorrow I'm flying to San Francisco. And over there I have another meetup in the evening, I think. So last time in Miami, almost no one appeared, and that was my mistake because there was no venue. So people came to the park, they could not find me, and it was too dark as well. So the lesson I learned was we have to hold them on some cafe and then market them a bit better maybe. So after that, what I did was I started posting about the event in multiple meetup WhatsApp groups in LA, and that worked. I was part of like 3 to 4 different WhatsApp communities, and I asked their admins if I can market my event over there, and they were like, sure, if it's free event, you can definitely market it. And I did, and from there I got most of the participations. I think for now, unless and until I devise a better Facebook ad strategy, I will have to rely on these kind of channels like WhatsApp groups or some existing communities where I can share the link and people who are available can join. This is what I'll do in San Francisco as well now. Wherever I'll meet some people, I'll ask them if there are any WhatsApp groups, and if there are, I'll join them, and that is where I'll start marketing the event. It's not that I don't believe in Facebook ads. I do think Facebook ads can generate a lot of good leads, or they can like attract good or relevant audience as well. I think the ad copy is the problem. Maybe if I start creating video ads, maybe if I start creating more catchy ads, maybe people will be attracted towards them. Maybe, I'm not sure. But for now, I'll be traveling tomorrow to San Francisco. Let's hope this event goes well. Now, after this event, I had my flight to San Francisco. Hey, so starting with the update of yesterday, we had the Let's Talk Meetup LA, and that went amazingly well. I mean, 11 people appeared, and I was predicting like 6 to 7 people, and that was a success for me. And after that, I just went straight to the hotel because I had the flight in the morning for San Francisco. And right now, I'm shooting this video in San Francisco. I mean, this was way more hectic than I imagined because I could only take like 3 hours of sleep, packed my bags, and I got ready, and then the flight was delayed for like 1 hour, then again delayed to like 10. It was delayed 4 times, and finally I was able to grab the flight. Because I was so sleepy, I like slept in the metro or the rail. I slept in the rail, and I missed my stop where I was supposed to get off the train to go to my hotel, and I went to Auckland instead of getting off in San Francisco. And now I'm waiting for this another bus so I can just go to the hotel and take some rest. And there is an event at 6 p.m. Hey, so yesterday we had this event called Techstars Startup Weekend, and that was amazing. I mean, I think there were more than 100 people over there. There were some presentations. It was mainly focused around mental health and well-being of founders because people work so hard, burn themselves out, and then they are hospitalized. So it was mainly focused towards those people. And the first talk was about getting a good night's sleep, getting 8 hours of sleep. And I was attending that event with like 3 hours of sleep. And then I went back to the hotel. I had a good sleep, and in the morning the goal was I am going to set up an account from here because this is the place where I will be visiting most of the time. In the morning, I just visited Chase Bank, which was closest to my hotel, and I mean, I'm amazed by the service. I went with my passport, and I think I had nothing else. We had already set up our LLC in Delaware. We had our EIN, and I had my social security number. That was everything I had. For proof of address, you need to have some utility bill. I did not have that, and I don't want to opt for any crazy and weird ways of getting the proof of address. The banker proposed another way, which was a business letter that shows that you are working for your company. This is your address and everything. So that worked. I gave the address, the same address that was on my social security, and they opened the bank account. I opened both my business account and the personal account. So this starts the day with a good pace, with some good productive work. Now for rest of my day, I'm going to just visit a few areas. Right now I'm just at this restaurant waiting for my lunch, and after that I'll just visit San Francisco, and in the evening we have another event which I will be attending. Then I might have another meeting with someone who I met last night in this Techstars event, maybe in the next few hours or later in the day after I'm back from that event. So yeah. Now I was thinking that I finally landed in San Francisco and that would be my final stop. But then Josh pinged me a couple days ago and asked me to join him in Texas for this roofing event. I was extremely tired, but Josh promised that it would be worth my while, so I couldn't resist and booked my flights. The day was pretty packed, as you guys can already imagine, so I only recorded an update after I was free. So here I am on San Antonio Airport recording this update. Last night we had this event which was AI for artists, something like that, and that was a great event. I mean, I was able to see some very cool AI products that could help you create mock-ups, wireframes, user experience journeys. Amazing conference. That went well. After that, I went straight to the hotel because I had a flight the next day to San Antonio, which is in Texas. It was not something I had planned in my trip originally, but this customer of ours from Brava, Josh, he insisted that I should take that flight. The flight was early in the morning, like 5:30. There was a stopover in Las Vegas. I was in Las Vegas. The airport is more like a casino over there. It was fun. I enjoyed that. In San Antonio, we attended this roofing conference. It was mainly for the roofing distributors, roofing suppliers, roofing contractors. And because we have been working with this customer for a long time, he really insisted that I should definitely attend this conference. Went amazingly well. We went to multiple booths, saw what's happening in roofing, what kind of problems people are solving with the software for the roofing industry, and what opportunities we have and where we can implement our own solutions. But the only downside is I have had like 2 hours of sleep last night. I could barely sleep in the airplane because I'm traveling in Spirit, which is considered to be one of the worst airlines. But I mean, it's good. It takes you from one place to the other. Right now, I am here at my terminal A17 door. From there, I'll be flying to San Francisco, and I'll be in San Francisco, I think, early morning tomorrow, like around 5:30 to 6 a.m. So looking forward to that. I mean, San Francisco is extremely exciting. You walk in a street and there are 10 people talking about their AI startups. Everyone is pitching something to someone all the time, or sharing the ideas, or planning to collaborate together. San Francisco is amazing. And now I'm just waiting for my flight, which is almost in an hour and a half. Now, the event went really well, and Josh made sure that I enjoyed my stay. Now, I'll be traveling back from San Antonio to San Jose the same day, and just 6 hours after I landed in San Antonio. This was crazy. Now, I couldn't record the video when I landed in San Francisco, but basically, once I landed to San Francisco, I received an email from Chase Bank regarding some issue with the account. So I took the bus and went straight to the Chase Bank from the airport to inquire about the issue. They asked me to wait for my car to arrive, which was supposed to arrive in the next few hours. So I went back to the hotel, had some sleep, and by the time I woke up, the card was at the reception of my hotel. So I went back to the bank, got some verifications done, and my account was fixed. After that, I attended this AI trivia networking event, which we terribly failed. And now back to my terrible vlogging skills. Today, the plan is to first visit Google's office, Googleplex, which is in Mountain View. And then I was looking it up, and it feels like the other office, the Apple's Cupertino office, is nearby as well. So that's the plan for today. So I'm finally here, and behind me is the main Google office. This one. They can't let you go in, but you can just visit around, take pictures. I'm going to take one and post on LinkedIn right now. So yeah, I'm here. So I'm done visiting the visitor experience and the Google office, and right now I'm just climbing this mountain, and the view is so beautiful. I'm not sure if the camera will do justice, but it's amazing. I think my 20-year-old self would be super proud of me right now. He would have never thought that I'd make it here just for the visit, but still. Alright, enough emotions. Now, the next day, I went to the Internet Archive office to attend this event, which was focused around the intersection of art and technology. This was pretty different than any other event. People just came to stage, no pitches, just demoed their cool projects. After that, I went to shopping and bought some stuff and chocolates for family back home, and then I went back to the hotel and booked more events to make sure I can make best use of my time here. Now, the next day, I went to AWS Gen AI Loft and Github office. So today I was just at this Amazon Gen AI Loft space, where they had this really good event, mainly about graph databases and GraphRX. So that was good. Now I'm heading to another one, which is happening at GitHub's office. It is also about building AI apps. So yeah, I mean, today is good. Yesterday especially was kind of boring. But yeah, I think I'm speaking way too much, and it will be harder to cut that in the editing, but we'll just keep it raw. So I'm sitting at the lobby of my hotel right now. I had these 2 meetings early in the morning, and I'm going to meet someone in like an hour from now. 2 hours after that, I have an event again at the GitHub's office. The last one, the one I had yesterday, that was amazing, that was great, and today it's more like an AI after party or something something like that. I don't remember the name. Hey, so this is almost the end of the day. I was now at this networking event. So I was supposed to go to the GitHub conference. I went there, I spent like 30 minutes, and I felt like it was similar to what was happening yesterday, and there was not much opportunity to network over there. So I looked up Luma. There was another event happening a few blocks away. So I just signed up for that. I went to the event and it was amazing. I loved that event. So something that I have learned today is, just because you like that office, just because you want to visit Google or GitHub or Facebook or something cooler, does not mean you will get the value from there that you need, right? So this is the approach that I will be applying now in my next visits. I mean, this happened mainly in San Francisco because I was so excited to go to these offices, and not in the other cities, because there were, I mean, I couldn't visit any of these offices in any of the other cities. But in San Francisco, I'm glad I learned this lesson, and I'll keep applying that to the rest of my trip, which is like 3 more days. My family is so excited. So yeah, good end of the day, and I am excited. I'm just going to have some dinner and then talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye bye. So after learning this lesson, I was supercharged with this new energy, and I decided to wake up earlier next day so I can visit Tiburon tomorrow. I am sure I'm messing up the name, but it was a beautiful place. Now, just in case you guys are curious, I dropped the idea of arranging Let's Talk in San Francisco. Reason being, there are already too many events happening every day and they are all very valuable. I wouldn't be filling any gap by arranging one. I might just be creating a gap. So I decided to just skip Let's Talk in San Francisco. So today was the last day, or actually the last night in San Francisco, and tomorrow I have the flight at 5:30. Today I basically went to bank in the morning because I opened 2 accounts, the personal one and the business one. The business card arrived in 2 days, the personal didn't. So I discovered that the business cards are always rush delivery and the personal ones are standard delivery. It's possible that the card might arrive later once I'm in Pakistan, but the good thing is I can access the cards from the Chase app, so I can just use them in Apple Pay or online whenever I need to. After that, I came back to the hotel. I asked the manager, and the manager was kind enough that they can ship the card to me once the card arrives. So that's a good thing. Other than that, I had an event in the evening at 6 p.m. which was focused towards Muslim founders. Great event. I met amazing people over there who had built and exited their companies, sold to Fortune 500s. Amazing companies, amazing people over there. So right now I'm extremely tired. I packed some of my stuff in the morning. I think I bought way too many things for family and for myself, which is why I'm having a bit of issue in the packing. I'm leaving tomorrow. I'll probably leave the hotel at around 12 in the morning. We'll be at the airport in an hour or 2, and then we'll be back to Pakistan. So I'll create one more video, I think, after this one at the airport, hopefully, if I don't forget. If I forget, then you will know, because you will be seeing the whole compiled video. And I'm just tired. I'm looking forward to going back to Pakistan, going back to the office and continue whatever I was doing back there. And yeah, talk to you guys again. Hey everyone, so right now I'm sitting at the airport, and this marks the end of my US trip. So I have this flight from here to London, and from London to Qatar, and from Qatar to Lahore. Like right now it's Friday 3 p.m. and I'll be in Lahore at Sunday 7:30. Multiple long flights, but it's good. I'm excited to go back. The overall trip went well. This was my first ever time in the US. I explored quite a few things. I got my bank account set up, my SSN, met a lot of people. I have quite a few good opportunities, made some good connections. Overall it went well. One thing that I did earlier in the day was I wanted to keep the Verizon number that I bought when I landed here. So every time I'm in the US, I can keep using the same number. Also, I wanted to keep that number active while I'm in Pakistan so I can receive any OTPs for any services I have registered. And turns out there is no cheaper way. The only way to do that is just keep paying the $60 or $50 per month. And I don't want to do that right now. So the way to keep that number available for yourself is just to load some money in that number every 90 days. So there is this thing that we can get a day pass to use a number for like $10 per day. If I make my number active for one day for $10 in the 90 days, I will get additional 90 days and the number will stay assigned to me. I'm not too sure if it's going to work, but this is what the Verizon lady told me. So I'm just going to trust her word on it and give it a try. Now hopefully we can create something good out of all of this content that I have prepared in these last 30 days and make some entertaining content for you guys and some educational and some useful content for some of you who are planning to travel to US, who don't know what to do when they arrive to US. Maybe if you can learn something from my experience, that would be awesome. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below for sure. That will help me plan my content accordingly and see what kind of content you guys are looking for or what resonates with the audience who watch me. So I mean, I enjoyed. I mean, it was challenging, a different kind of project, recording the whole journey, sharing what I'm doing on daily basis, and I'm glad I was able to maintain the streak. So yeah, that's basically it. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.